What is going on? What is going on? I messed up the first line. How do you mess up the first line? Okay, so what is going on YouTube? I am TJ, aka Flash by Nights, and this is the re-up. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that like button and the subscribe button if you don't mind. If you are returning, I appreciate you showing up. Um, I meant to start this stream a little bit earlier. Thought I was clear for landing. And then, you know how sometimes life just kind of turns abruptly, like at the last moment. And I don't mean like a serious turn, nothing crazy happened. But I had to push my schedule back a little bit. So for those that show up tonight, come hang out. I appreciate it. I know there are a lot of things going on. So if anyone shows up, um, you know, as Jay-Z would say, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. So what we are going to do tonight is show off a few of my new comic book day books. I've got I've got six, including two doubles. So Team Small Hall still remains. And then I'm going to unpack a couple of Wal-Mart packs I picked up lately, and then I'm gonna I think it's Dank Comics that kind of coined this mystery boxing myself. Excuse me. So I on occasion buy things that actually more than just on occasion. I'm supposed to be buying things on occasion from auctions, but that's not how it works. And so I buy things from people at auctions sporadically, and I might buy one book here, two books there, uh, one book one month, one book another month. And so by the time I actually pack up and grab the books I bought from the auction, it's been 4 or 5 months down the road. Maybe not that long, sometimes just that long. But I've been down the road for a few months, and I do not remember what I actually got in the auctions that I participated in. I may remember the last book or two, but definitely not the first few books. So I'm going to mystery box myself basically tonight. But before I get started, let me check and see who is in the chat. All right, Wilbert, what is up, sir? How are you doing? Ahoy, Captain. Ahoy, how are we doing tonight? Rashad, what is going on? What's going on? And there is Mr. Joe M. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. I hope New Comic Book Day went well for everybody. And Cinco de Mayo and um, anything else you did Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday was just a good day, period. If that's the case, I'm happy about that too. But let me go ahead and first, I want to show off a book that's not New Comic Book Day related, and it's not valuable. I don't think it's monetarily valuable at all. But I've talked about this book a few times before, and I've been looking for my copy, and I finally found it. So, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #6 from Tom Taylor. Um, ooh, we were supposed to talk about that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Oh, I think I just knocked myself over. So, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #6 gave me an appreciation for Peter that I didn't have before. I'm not a Peter Parker reader. I don't, besides cartoons and movies, I don't know a whole lot about Peter in the comics themselves. But this was a great issue. It kind of really showed Peter's heart with a kid that's basically terminally ill. Um, and through this book, I kind of figured out what people like about Peter Parker, besides being a everyday street level hero. And so I bought a second copy of this book, a cover B, and I've been looking for this cover A, and I finally found it. So yeah, that's it. There's no new comic book there or anything about it. I just like this. I bought it because it was supposed to be a spec book with a new character named Spider-Bite. But Spider-Bite turns out to be the kid, and it's a great read if you ever come across this book. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to my new comic book day books. And the first one is Heroes Reborn, #1, with Blade on the cover. This is one of those what is it, trading card variants, I think they are. And if you notice, they have Blade listed here as a supervillain, which is really funny because if you don't know anything about this story, which I haven't read it yet, but supposedly this takes place after Jason Aaron's Avengers, um, with a story about the Avengers never having happened. Um, I don't know what happens in Jason Aaron's Avengers to make the Avengers go away, but apparently something happens. And in this book, the Avengers never happened, and the Squadron Supreme basically is the stand-in for the Avengers. Even though I've heard the Squadron Supreme are kind of up on themselves, I'll say. I think Coulson may be running for president in this book, and he runs the Squadron Supreme right now. So we'll see how that goes. Either way, my guy Blade is a supervillain because he is the only person on this new version of Earth with new mashed together heroes and villains who knows there's something wrong. He's the only person on Earth that knows that the Avengers are missing and what's happening right now shouldn't be happening. And so yeah, he's got I got a feeling he's gonna get labeled a supervillain by the Squadron Supreme or someone in this book. So we're gonna check this out and see what's going on in it. My next book is also Heroes Reborn, #1. But I have this I think it's an art germ variant actually. Now, who this character is, who looks like Marvel Wonder Woman, I have no clue. Um, I'll have to read and find out. Like I said, the Squadron Supreme is kind of Marvel's Justice League with an attitude. So of course they have a Wonder Woman stand-in, and I have to figure out what's going on with her. But yeah, I wanted this book just for the cover because Art Germ, of course, does good work. There we go. We get the glare off of there. All right, what is going on, Azores Tigers from the Spine Ticks? You can find those guys hanging out, doing good work. I think I don't know if it's most Wednesday afternoons, but they do a lot of spotlights on our on community members. But on Saturday, if you really want to have some content to watch, you really want to hang out with some guys on Saturdays, the Spine Ticks do it up, do it big. They stay up way past my bedtime unless I get a nap, which I'm going to start trying to get a nap so I can stay up with these guys. Speaking of the Spine Ticks, there goes Sith Lordly, another one of the Spine Ticks. What is going on, sir? How are we doing? Next book I got for New Comic Book Day is Eve #1. I forgot which studio actually did Eve. But yeah, so Eve is a new indie title in which I want to say our main character, this little girl here, kind of her and maybe other people, I don't know, live in a Matrix kind of world. And then she wakes up and like something's happening and humanity's all gone. And there's this AI teddy bear that's gonna take her on an adventure and show her how to revive humanity, quote unquote. We'll see how that goes. I saw this on FOC a few weeks ago, and I knew I had to at least get one copy. I think it's gonna be popular. So yeah, all right, check out Eve #1. All right, so Sith Lord picked up Eve, so I think I'm on the right track. And it is by Boom Studios. All right, thank you very much for your help, sir. Next book, I know where this comes from. Nocterra, #3, by Image Comics. So I think most people know, or most people have checked out Nocterra, but Nocterra is basically set in a world where 12, 13 years ago, the world went dark. And when the world went dark, whatever this darkness is, kind of mutates and changes plants and animals and people. And so the people that are remaining on Earth in this darkness try to create artificial light. And our main character Val is a ferryman. She's a trucker that takes people and supplies back and forth across the dark wilderness. And she has a surprise wingman. I won't say who it is right now, but he is really important to the story, and I want to see where they go with their relationship as our story progresses. Of course, it's written by Scott Snyder, so that's always a good point. And I think that Tony S. Daniel is the artist. I don't know a lot about him. I don't know a lot about a lot of artists. I think that's the last thing I need to pick up as a comic book reader and collector, is to get to know these artists and art styles. But definitely, yeah, Nocterra #3 should be a good read. 1 and 2 were really good, and so yeah, we're gonna check this out. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I know 1 or 2 things. I know 1 or 2 things, and you know, we'll try and see if we can get on to more indie books. I feel like they're coming left and right. There's like, if you open up the FOC, there's like 12 good indie picks to go through on the FOC, and I don't. I'm not trying to hand over my whole wallet to my shop. I feel like they'll give it back after they swipe my card like 4 times. But yeah, we're gonna check out some more of these indies. Um, there's a couple, and I'm gonna have to pick a bone with Comic Hub. I don't know if anybody uses Comic Hub, but it's an app that I use to order my books for FOC through my shop. And the last couple of rounds of FOC, I've gotten books that have been canceled. Because they'll tell you that either your order is confirmed or canceled. And I've had a couple of books get canceled and grit my teeth a little bit. I wanted what is that? Philadelphia #13 was on FOC this week, and there was a David Mack variant. And I don't like I said, I don't know a whole lot about artists, but I know the name David Mack when I hear it. And so I think it's David Mack. Maybe if I'm mistaken, let me know. But I ordered that book, and my order came back canceled. So I don't know what that is. But yeah, that's what we are. My last 2 books are actually the same too, because A, there might be a chance that this means something, and B, I don't want to catch FOMO down the road because I missed the boat on another character a few months ago, and that skyrocketed. And I told Chad, who works in my shop, that Batman, what was it no, it was Hell Arisen 3, and I bought Hell Arisen 1, and Hell Arisen 3 was right there. I knew about it, but I hadn't been collecting long, and I was like, this thing will pass, and it won't mean anything. and now like Punchline is everywhere and skyrocketing, and it was right there in my grasp, and I sent Punchline along her way. So we're not gonna make that same mistake. I have not one, but two copies of Batman 108. 108? Yeah, 108 with Miracle Molly. And so, well, the first full appearance of Miracle Molly. And so I'm hoping that uh Molly has a similar trajectory. She doesn't have to be Punchline, but I'm still feeling the weight of skipping out on Punchline at the entry level, and so I'm hoping to make up for it, just to make myself feel better. What is going on? We have Geek Out with Roscoe. How are you doing, good sir? I tell you what, Captain Comics taught me how to highlight people's names, and that's a great thing. It's a great tool. 'Cause I need people to hold my hand and teach me YouTube things. I like hanging out, but I am not really YouTube savvy or streaming savvy just yet. So the next thing I want to do is I want to get into a couple of Wal-Mart packs, which I consider myself lucky to have found because a few months ago, 3, 4, 5, I forget how many months ago, some juveniles were hanging out in Walmart, and somehow, some way or another, they set a portion of my little Walmart. They set a fire in my little Walmart, the only Walmart in town that carried these Walmart packs. They set a fire in, and I thought that my Walmart DC comic pack days were done for. But alas, after looking around the entire Walmart, I found where they had the other DC packs stashed at. And so I grabbed two of them. And so the first one already opened, but it is headlined by your floor. Of course, new Wonder Woman for Future State, but I think she's going to be Wonder Girl in her own solo series pretty soon. But yeah, so we've got your floor and Future State Wonder Woman #1. And then we have Batman 92, which I think the Art Germ cover of this book was the first cover appearance of Punchline, if I remember right. And then the third book we have in here, oh, Strange Adventures #1 with is it Adam Strange. Yeah, I think it's Adam Strange. I don't know a whole lot about this character, but yeah. So we've got those three books from my first Walmart pack, and that was it was pretty fun just to see Walmart packs still in the store. Um, I may have to go back and get some more pretty soon, especially with if I can find any more of the character that headlines my next pack, because I believe this character, if I'm not mistaken, has a future at least on the small screen. If I can cut my Walmart pack open without A, cutting my books, or B, cutting my hand. Love the Batman 92 cover. Yeah, it's kind of like setting chess pieces. I I'm not a Batman reader. Um, if you ever see me on Instagram, you will know that you can always make mine Moon Knight. But I have Batman 102, which is the first appearance of Ghostmaker. I was actually surprised to find this book at the front of a Walmart pack, but hey, we'll take it. So we got the first appearance of Ghostmaker, who I believe is Word through the grapevine, which you never know what grapevine actually leads somewhere these days. But word was he may actually get his own show somehow. Um, maybe on the CW, which may or may not be a good thing. We'll see. Because they're killing some of my favorite shows. I don't know if anybody's watching Flash because of course, I'm a Flash guy, and so even if the quality is not great, I still watch the Flash. And they took this character Frieza, who kind of embodies the power force because they've got different forces for this season, which came out of Joshua Williamson's run. And they've got these different forces, and one force is the strength force, not the power force, the strength force. And Frieza, however you pronounce it, is portrayed on the Flash show is as this big 9 foot tall super CG woman. But if you go read Joshua Williamson's Flash book, Forza, I think it's Forza. I'm going to get it right one time. I'm going to say it like 4 different times, and one of them will be right. So if you read Joshua Williams' Flash book, Forza is a regular sized woman. She just has the strength force. So I don't know what this CG thing is they're doing. I don't know what they're doing half the time on the Flash. I still power through it because that's my guy, but I don't know. So if CW gets a hold of Ghostmaker, it may or may not go well. Next book in my DC pack is Detective Comics 1005. Next book, Justice League 44. And the last book in my Wal-Mart pack is Justice League. Did I just say Justice League 44? Justice League 44. Justice League 44. DC, if you're gonna sneak me an extra book, sneak me an extra different book. Don't sneak me a variant. Let's see. Okay, so Punchline is on the cover of, actually, DC snuck me 2 Justice League 44s. That's interesting. Okay, I see her now. Thank you very much, Joe M. I did not notice Punchline back here on the cover. Okay, that is cool. That is cool. Thank you very much for your help. Y'all help me out. Keep me on my toes. Keep me on my toes. What is going on, Mr. C3 Comics? And Johnny Rosado from Dream of August Comics. How are you doing, good sir? Also, while we're here, if you are not watching, Dream of August Comics has some really good interviews of people in the community, of people of writers and artists out there. That every I want. It feels like every other day. It may not be. I may be heaping too much praise, but it feels like every other day there is a different interview when I wake up in the morning and look at YouTube and look at all my notifications. There is a different Dream of August interview up there. I hope I'm not making you work too hard saying every other day, but it feels like that. Let's see, I am doing well. I am doing well. Thank you for asking. All right, so now that we have looks like 7 people in here, I am going to do something, and I'm hoping I'm hoping someone in the community will go along on this ride with me. I have Oblivion song, book one. I think Robert Kirkman. Yeah, by Robert Kirkman. So I want to give this book to someone in the community that is going to read it and help me out with something. Station, sir, how are you doing, Mr. Missing Link? Um, yeah, most definitely. Get with Johnny at Dream of August Comics if you want to do your comic hobby origin story. they they're always great. I like them because they're all different from different people, and most of the people in our community are pretty lively and pretty entertaining, and have things to say. And so yeah, go ahead and get with Johnny at Dream of August Comics so we can hear your comic book origin story. But so what I want to do is I want to give this book away because I got this book in a giveaway and I didn't know about what was inside the book. But for all of you who may know of the comic jabroni, guy that really helped influence me to get on here and just do it. Um, the comic jabroni read this book and signed it in March, and Bruce and Stephanie from Bruce and Stephanie Comics read the book and signed it in April. This is of 2020. I took a little while. The book took a little while to get to me, but I finally got it and opened it up and read the book on the third. I think was it Monday? Yeah, it was Monday. Yeah. So us three, or I guess four, read this book and signed it and passed it along. And if anyone hasn't read or wants to read Oblivion song, I want to send this to someone who's gonna read it and keep the tradition going of signing it and sending it to someone else. So if anybody is in that boat and wants to check this out and put your John Hancock or your Jane Hancock on the book and send it along its way, I would be ecstatic. I might later on I'll bring this back up just in case anybody may want to participate. Oblivion song is a must. You know what? I as I was reading through it, it took me about two or three issues to get into book one. And it may just be me. It may just be me, but it moved kind of slow at first. Um, Kind of with some of the red tape that was going. I don't want to give away spoilers, but with some of the red tape and the back and forth that was going on in the first part of the book, it was a little slow for me. But as we got into the meat and potatoes and the reason for our hero Nathan doing what he does and wanting to do what he does, it picked up and I really ended up enjoying it by the end of the issue. And where it leaves off at is a great spot if you want to pick up on the book and go to book two and so on and so forth. Um, I think my shop actually has a copy of book two, so I may grab that. How are we doing, Professor Comics? How's your night, sir? All right. So the last thing I want to show, um, yeah, you know what, and so the comic jabroni and Rod the Rican and John from John's Comic Book Kids, and I think Perry, um, kind of participated in this thing where they were sending books back and forth to different people, and people in the community would read them, sign them, send them on their way. And I want to say this was the last book that Comic Jabroni read and signed before his passing away. And so I wanted to read it and sign it and then send it on to someone. Um, I'm gonna leave that invitation open. If nobody wants to participate, that's fine. Uh, I'll find someone eventually. But I thought it was a great idea, and it's a great way to honor a person that whose energy I enjoyed and who kind of helped me not to be nervous getting out here, because I was really nervous getting onto YouTube and kind of sharing myself with the public. As you can see, I stutter a little bit. You know, my English and things aren't great all the time. But he's like, get out there and just do it. You buy books, so you have books, you have a collection, so you have content. Give it to the world. I'm like, yes. All right. So my last few books come from Southern Comic Geek. Like I said before, I I go through and I buy things from people's auctions, and it may take a while for me to pick them up. And so I'll forget. I'll just flat out forget what I ordered, and I kind of call it mystery boxing myself. And so I'm gonna go over the books that I got in my last shipment. Actually, it wasn't the shipment. He met with me in Huntsville for this con, and saved me on shipping by just bringing them with him. So my first book that I have from this purchase is Batman number 21 from the New 52. Of course, Batman number 21 is the first appearance of Duke Thomas. And whenever I can find this for 5, 6, probably anything less than $10, I grab it really quickly. Because one day, DC is going to figure out that Duke Thomas may be their Miles Morales. Maybe one day they'll figure out, and they'll make my book do something. But until then, I'm going to pick up Duke's first appearance whenever I can find it. Oh, so do you want the Oblivion song to check out, and then throw the C3 Hancock on there? Because if so, that would be great. Second book I bought, and I'm not sure I have this book, and I'm not sure why I bought it, but I'm pretty sure I didn't pay much for it. But it's Avengers number 6 from the Jason Aaron run. If you've never read this book, this is the craziest thing, because this first arc in the Jason Aaron run, um, not Sentinels. What are the Celestials? There we go, Celestials. Celestials come down to Earth. A lot of them crash to Earth because they're sick and dying, and then and Celestials end up attacking the Avengers, and so they take it to the Celestials in all kind of crazy ways. I think my man Robbie Reyes really got to shine in this book. I don't know if they've done anything with him since, but it was great to see how he tackled one of the Celestials. And then my last book, well, not my last, but my last book in this little small stack is Transformers 28. I love trying to find these Marvel Transformers books if I can find them for a great price. All right. Now I've got blue painter's tape out the wazoo. As I said, I buy books one at a time from people, and then I have them send them in a big pack. And by the time they send them, I don't remember what was in there. All right, C3, I appreciate you. I appreciate that very much. I will hit you up later on and get your info, and I will send you this book. Um, where is Oblivion Song? I will send out Oblivion Song so you can give it a read. I think it's a pretty good read. And get your C3 Hancock, and hopefully we can keep this tradition rolling for a few years maybe. We'll see how it goes. All right. So I took all my little blue painters tape off of my books. And the first one is actually okay, not all my blue painters tape. Marvel Premiere number 16, which I think is the second appearance of Iron Fist. Oh, let's see. There we go. Yeah, the second appearance of Iron Fist. Marvel Premiere 16. Um, there is something missing in this book. I don't know if it's a value stamp or a coupon. There's something that Southern told me would make this book possibly incomplete. But I got a really good deal on it. And second Iron Fist. Who can argue with that? Next book on this list, Black Panther number 21. If you don't know, the reason why I got Black Panther 21 is because I believe that Moon Knight has to come and save Black Panther in this book. Of course, Moon Knight is somewhere around here if I got this book. I do like Black Panther, but I like it even more if he has to deal with Moon Knight in any kind of capacity. Speaking of Mooney, and I was, Mark Spector Moon Knight, number 21. I would say I have like 3 or 4 of these. I keep running into them. But who's going to turn Moon Knight down? Disney Plus is not. Oscar Isaac is not. Apparently Ethan Hawke is not. And so we are all one big Mooney family. This is, and I think this may have been a throw-in. This is Terminal Drift by Neotech. I have no clue what this is. I have to pop this open just to see what it is. I have no clue. At first, I thought it said Terminator Drift because of the person's face here, but it's Terminal Drift. So I've got to find out what this is. Interesting little book to be thrown in. Book number 1 of 3. Now, if this is a really good read, I'm gonna have to hunt down 2 and 3. We'll see how that goes. I'll let you know if I do actually try and hunt down 2 and 3. Next book is Miles Morales, SpiderMan number 3. I think I've got 2 copies of this also. But it introduces I want to say it introduces a new villain. He's kind of defeated really fast. I don't know if he'll show back up or not. He was trying to kidnap young children, and I don't know, make an army or something like that. Blah blah blah. But the team of Spider-Man, Captain America, and Rhino, yes, Rhino, took down this villain. Next book, because we're having all kinds of fun, and I don't think I have a copy of this one. Mark Spector Moon Knight number 34, The Grudge Match. Frenchie made me swear the style of this is his fight. So Frenchie's out here fighting. Why is Frenchie out here fighting? For those who don't know, Frenchie's a friend of Moon Knight's, and he's Moon Knight's pilot, and puts up with Moon Knight's mess, and kind of holds Moon Knight together. A few people do that. Next book I have is Silver Sable, number 21. I believe was another throw in. Oh, we got some more people joining in. Cat fan, comic man, loves some Moon Knight. I think we all do. We're all going that way. We're all gonna make mine Moon Knight. That's what we're doing. The closer we get to the show, and the longer DC and Batman can't get their act together, we are taking over. Spine Ticks in the house. What is going on? The official Spine Ticks account. How are we doing? And speaking of Moon Knight, and I was again, Mark Spector Moon Knight number 33. And is this the this is it. The fate of the Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin doesn't look like he's doing too well. And Spidey's back there. I don't know what Spidey thinks he's gonna do. Moon Knight is going to have his way with Hobgoblin, I'm thinking. Had to swap to upload. Well, do that work then. Do work. Do work. And my last book is The Lone Ranger, number 11. Is it 11? Yeah. Yeah, number 11 from Dynamite. I had to look back 2 or 3 times. That's the last book I have from that purchase. I agree. That's another book that I pick up back issues for all the time. I actually found a and I couldn't find it right now to save my life, but I found a Ultimate Spider-Man number 1, the second appearance of Miles. Yeah, and I found it signed at a flea market for like $2, and then I went to a few sales on YouTube, a few auctions, and I got a couple. I got a few more Ultimate Spider-Man Miles books, and by that time, I'm like, you know what? If I've got a few of them, I may as well over time try to put together a run of Ultimate Spider-Man Miles Morales books. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It's going slow and steady. I may have 15 of them, maybe 10, 15. I've got a couple of duplicates, but I think I do want to try and eventually put that run together if it doesn't cost me an arm and a leg and an organ. Let's see. Been working and hustling since the age of 12. Never looked back. I know that. I know that is right. I know that is right. Although I can't say 12. I can't say 12. I was actually honestly pretty lazy until 16. I turned 16 and mom said, you got to go get this job. And me and McDonald's hooked up and got together. And so I did McDonald's while I was still doing marching band, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah, but that's all I have for New Comic Book Day / mail calls / Walmart books / yeah. So I just wanted to come and hang out and kind of show everybody what I got. Once again, try to get my live chops going and get in front of people. And okay, I'll take that. Um, yeah. So this is kind of my chance to get out and be live and work more of the jitters and more of the butterflies out. Because I'm a fan, and I'm gonna say a fanboy every time somebody who I watch comes and chills out and watches my streams. Like, what is this person? What are these people doing watching me? Because I'm kind of like that. I'm extroverted, but I'm shy at the same time. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Um, it sauces you up when you're drinking a 12 pack, so less breaks while on 7 hour stream. Yeah, yeah. Those 7 hour streams, those streams, it's like a job. It's a look. If you were doing 8 hours, you're supposed to get like an hour break. You know, do y'all even? Nobody. None of the core people probably take breaks. They just get out there and just do it. But yeah, their streams are really fun to watch. I actually, I mean, keep talking about naps because I need a nap on Saturday. But I actually went to sleep. I was trying to watch The Boys because I hadn't made it all the way through The Boys yet. But I was trying to watch The Boys, uh, season 2, episode 5. And next thing you know, I wake up and it's season 2, episode 6. And I'm like, okay, so I missed a whole episode. It's like 12 in the morning. Like, it's 12 my time, so it's probably 10-ish on Spine Tick Coast side. So I'm like, well, it's 12 o'clock my time. I may as well turn the Spine Ticks on. I turn the Spine Ticks on. Things are going great. Agents of Alaska's on there. I am not sure of who the writer is you have, but I have to go back and check the rest of the show out and check out his work. Um, but yeah, they have great guests on all the time, and of course, a 7 hour party on Saturday night. If you want to party with the Spine Ticks, let's see. So the scene Times Behind You, get the book yet by Ross just came out. Has all the time and a pull out. I didn't. I have not seen that yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to go and chase after that. Um, I actually didn't intend to grab as many of the timeless covers as I did, but it was one of those things where I grabbed one or two, and after I had one or two, like I grabbed the. Oh, let me see how my hand works. So I grabbed the Storm and Black Panther, and I actually grabbed the Falcon because I feel like Falcon reminds me of Coco Beware. I don't know if any old school wrestling fans know who Coco Beware is, or if I got any old school wrestling fans on here, but Falcon back there reminded me of Coco Beware in that Alex Ross timeless cover. So I grabbed that. Oh, I'm using the wrong hand again. There we go. I don't know where I ran into, and I've got this bad glare. I've got to figure out what to do with this glare. But I ran into Wanda somewhere, so I picked her up, and I've got a Hawkeye, Ghost Rider, and a Thor, and I have Spider-Man. So I think it's 8 of them. I have 8 of them all together. um, let's see. Ted Sakura, writer of Bloom. Bloom is the book with like the kind of psychedelic looking cover, correct? I didn't pick it up, but I think I've heard people talking about it. Let's see. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've got as they say, I've got to get my reps in. That's what I'm doing. Trying to get my reps in, trying to get more used to doing this. And let's see, 1969 Woodstock. Also, so it really is like whatever the psychedelic kind of almost acid trip on the cover is actually representative of the book. If I think is what I'm getting. Also, so I wasn't going to say anything about this. I was going to be quiet. I was going to keep it quiet. Um, but there has been chatter on the interwebs, on the internet today, um, that DC really, really wants to maybe do a swap of Kal-El's Superman, um, which, in my estimation, is a bad idea. I don't mind swaps that much, but there are certain people who I don't think need to be touched, and Kal-El is one of them. Don't do it, DC. Don't do it. But but my point was, the point of me bringing this up is that that some other people that I know asked about it and was talking about it, and they brought up the idea that they want to see DC do more with the diverse characters they already have. And so I asked the question of this group, which I got one answer to. But my question was, if you want DC to do more with diverse members of their roster, if you want them to put their money on the line and to invest in them, are you investing in the characters that you want to see? And so this book, and this is issue number one. I actually need to grab issue number two of Green Lantern. But if you want to see certain characters on the screen, certain characters represented, you need to vote with your wallets, people. Anyone who isn't, I'm of the mind most people that are stopping by are voting with their wallets with what they want to see. But if you want to see something, you have to be the change you want to see in the world. So, you want to see Jon Stewart on TV? Bring Jon Stewart into your home. It'll cost you $5, $4, $5. This book actually kind of got on my bad side a little bit price wise, because I'd been out kind of stomping up and down the streets telling people that the idea that DC has to raise their prices by $1, but give you backup stories to other members of certain families or other members of certain books was a good idea. For example, Batman was giving us backup stories of Damian Wayne before he spun off into Robin. And right now, I think they're doing backup stories with Huntress. If my favorite character has a backup story with one of their other related characters, and I'm only paying an extra $1, give it to me. They're doing that with Batman. They're doing that with Superman. They're doing that with the Justice League. I'm actually getting the Justice League book more to read Justice League Dark. And I don't know anything about Justice League Dark, but I want to see what's happening in Justice League Dark backup story. So that's why I'm not really skipping the Justice League book, because in the Justice League book, I want to see what they're doing, but Bendis is wordy. I see now. I've never really been a Bendis guy, so I really couldn't say yay or nay to what people say about Bendis. But Bendis has words for days in this book, and they're very flattering words about all the characters. But I can use a few less words, Bendis. But I can't bring myself to drop it because I'm enjoying the Justice League Dark. That being said, if DC, look at me, DC. See us? If DC wants to give me a flash book and charge me an extra $1 to read about Avery, who I think is maybe in China right now, or wants to give me a flash book and give me a backup story about Wallace, or give me a flash book and give me a backup story about Cisco or something. If DC wants to give me a backup story in my flash book and charge me an extra $1, I'm all for it. And I'm kind of jealous of the Superman and Batman readers who actually don't want these backup stories about these good characters that's costing $1 extra. That's my thing. But Green Lantern was $4.99 and didn't have a backup story. DC, I'm not getting my dollar back, but I'm gonna grit my teeth because there's no backup story in here for the extra dollar. Grr. Let's see. Buying more DC than Marvel. You know what? I think I am also. The only thing I regularly buy from Marvel is Miles Morales, Spider-Man. I'm getting. I've had Thor on my pull list for the past few months. I was reading Thor, then I let it go after Jason Aaron's run, and I missed the Black Winter. And then I came back and tried to pick up Thor later. So I've had Thor on the on my pull list for a while, but regularly, um, what is going on, Dank Comics? How are you doing, sir? But regularly, the only book that's been on my pool for like a year or two at least from Marvel is Miles Morales Spider-Man. Now, if whenever July hurries up and gets here, Moon Knight is going on the pool list. And if you haven't listened to them, the Future Spec, um, formerly known as what was their name? I just I just watched their video. Young guys, young collectors, um, call themselves Future Spec now. Anyway, they and I forgive me if you see me and I forget their names, forget your names, but they did a interview today, or at least dropped an interview today with Jed McKay, who is writing the Moon Knight book and who has written Taskmaster and Black Cat and a few other things for Marvel. And he said that I'm going to say my Moon Knight book. He said that my Moon Knight book may be ongoing. He's got the first 5 issues written, and but it's not specifically a mini. So I guess sales will determine where they go after 5. But right now, it's slated for an ongoing. I guess unless it doesn't sell, that is going to be on the pull list from Marvel. Um, so I guess I have Miles Morales, Thor, and in the future, Moon Knight on my Marvel pull list. Um, as for DC, of course, I'm going to always have the Flash. Um, anything else specifically on my DC pull list? I'm picking up Justice League, but I'm picking it up sporadically. I'm not. It's not on my pull list, but I will order it through FOC or just pick it up if I see it somewhere. Um, actually, I think so. I think Flash is my only book that's on the pull list. And then of course I'll grab the indie titles that I'm reading. Um, I'm hoping Eve turns out to be really good, and if I can get back on Philadelphia and Excellence, and of course Seven Secrets. Um, if you're not reading Seven Secrets, I'm going to blaspheme here. I'm going to need if you are a fan of Something's Killing the Children, I don't want you killing me. So cover your ears. I'm going to blaspheme. The first arc of Seven Secrets, I enjoyed much more than the first arc of Something's Killing the Children. I am catching up with Something's Killing the Children as of now. That train left the station, and the commuter train like pulled in afterwards, and I got on the little small train. But the main train with the nice booths and the good food and everything. The main train left me with Something's Killing the Children. So I kind of caught the caboose, and I'm going back and reading it digitally. Um, and it's good. It's entertaining, and I'm gonna try to keep up with it. Um, but I like Seven Secrets first arc more. I just finished Seven Secrets number 6 last night because I was rereading, and halfway through the book they did something totally different. I may talk about it on my next Keeping Up with the Comics episode. But yeah, Seven Secrets is my favorite indie book right now. So there's a few indie books I'm picking up. Um, it's not on my pull list yet, but I may stick with Lighthouse. I read Lighthouse number 1 and I liked it, except for the reasoning for the captain letting the pirates on the ship. I hope I didn't spoil anything for too many people. But outside of that, I liked Lighthouse. Yeah, so there are a few indie books from a few publishers that I read regularly, along with, I guess, 1, 2 books from DC, and maybe 3 from Marvel altogether. Um, I try not to let myself get overwhelmed. I watch a lot of channels and a lot of guys and gals, like they have these huge pull lists. They have pull scrolls almost, and that's not up my alley just yet. But anyway, I am at the hour mark. I've been babbling for about 15 minutes. No one wants to hear my babbling about how Seven Secrets is better than Something's Killing the Children. I may get banned from certain channels for that, but it's all in good fun. We are going to shut it down. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Thank you, good sir. Thank you. I appreciate you for stopping by and hanging out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I may get banned for that Seven Secrets hot take. Um, I really what I need to do is go back and check out Department of Truth also because I missed that train, and so I need to check that train out and see if it will catch on with me. Um, I don't want to say better than Something's Killing the Children because I don't want to make it sound like I didn't like Something's Killing the Children. I just like Seven Secrets better, and I'm gonna be riding that train forever, basically. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and stop babbling, and yeah. So as I always say, love yourself, love others. Let's see how this works out live because it never does, right? I will be back in the flash.